Man. Oh, it gets
I don't get fired up, man.
It gets me fired
Man,
up. Well,
that's
welcome.
a jam.
I know, right? Welcome everybody to another Dad Hat Chronicle sports show. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Hat, and with me I have my good friends. What's up, Mr. Patrick Larson?
What's up, Ed? What's up, guys? How are you doing?
Eric, hi, buddy, the influencer.
What's up, fellas?
And Donnie, the mayor. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing good.
Love it. And just wanted to really quick, guys, this show is brought to you by All Ford Baseball. They are a proud sponsor of the show. Make sure you get that little wonderful support local baseball t-shirt.
Where is it, Patrick?
Where's the what?
The logo.
It's up there.
Something like that. There you go. Hey,
Yeah.
And if you guys use
I'm not falling for that.
if you use code DadHat15 at checkout, you'll get 15% off of your purchase. So make sure you guys go ahead and get your discount and get your shop on and support local baseball, support local business. All right, gentlemen. How was your weekend?
Very good.
Yeah, it was good.
Love it. My weekend was good, but we won't get started until that. But what we're going to do first is we're going to go around the horn and we're going to see what hats are we wearing and what are we drinking tonight. And then, you know what? I'm going to start with Eric because he was the first one in. So, Eric, what are you drinking? What are you wearing, my friend?
So tonight, KU basketball played Michigan State in the Champions Classic. So the last, 10, 12 years or more, they've been doing rotating matchups between KU, Michigan State, Kentucky, and Duke. So this year we had Michigan State. It's a pretty sloppy game, but held off and beat Michigan State by 7 or 8. So this was a theme night hat that the Royals did years back. So it's the Kansas City Royals logo in Jayhawks colors. And then I don't know if you can see it, but it has a Jayhawk on the side. So it's my Royals Jayhawks collab hat. And then
nice little 920. They like it.
Rock chalk.
And then just got my water tonight. So
nice size. What's up, Phil? Congratulations on your Gamecocks becoming bowl eligible this weekend.
Congratulations.
All right, number 2 that came in, Mr. Mayor. What you wearing?
There.
What you
Shout
drinking?
out to Virgil and Phil. So I'm wearing one of the motivational speakers on-field hats that they had on sale that somebody sent us and said, "Hey, they're on sale."
I got me some too, so I get it.
Yeah, that was my influencer speech.
It was, and it worked out.
Also grabbed this one with the van down by the river.
Oh, that
And
one
this
I like.
is actually my favorite one. Lottie freaking da.
That's a nice
This is also
one.
by Official League. I like that.
Is that a snapback?
It's a Dad Hat.
Dad Hat. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep. So
here I go.
I was gonna say, go back on their website.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly. And I got my shirt in from Logan. Ordered this Old Fort shirt with the other support local Dad Hat a few weeks ago. The shirt actually came in yesterday from him, along with the support local baseball decal that he had to support money for Oakland. So I got 2 of them.
I like it. I'm
drinking tonight the second of my this was supposed to be election night beer last week for me, being your mayor again for another 4 years. And this is
congratulations on your victory, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, well, some people voted for other people, but that's okay.
Some people decided to be a bunch of jerks.
Everybody has a choice.
I'm moving to Ireland.
This is the Lichtenberg Squeeze Play IPA that he sent me. So shout out to Eric Lichtenberg.
If you're gonna jam IPAs down our throat during your mayoral next 4 years, then we're all leaving.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. Hey, I'm all about elevating IPAs. In the world.
Let's not.
No, elevate people, not crap beer.
Hey, Donnie, let me ask you this: what's under the bottom brim of that old Official League hat? Let's take a look. Oh, okay, so it's just green. I got it. Because the other one, no, the under brim has the rest of the logos as part of the underbrim with Chris Farley's face on it in the front.
Oh, I missed that.
You should might want to look. Just
I love how you're both going to be back on the website tonight, picking up the ones that the other didn't see.
no,
Exactly.
son of a bitch. All right.
It's all Donnie's fault. We know that.
Obviously, it is his fault.
Like I said today, you're gonna learn.
And like that little kid, I'm gonna be like, "Oh no!" and then go run away.
It's not my fault. Oh no.
Yeah.
Patrick, what did
Mrs. Mayor has spoken.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. All right. What are you drinking? What are you wearing, Patrick?
Well, good to be back with you guys on a Tuesday again. Missed you guys last week. And yes, Eric, I know you didn't miss me before you even say anything. Tonight I am drinking some strawberry tea. It's a little bit on the light side because I didn't make it until late. So
of course you didn't.
Yeah, and then tonight I am wearing a 3930. It's the Oklahoma City Comets. So
3930.
3930. Like before we started recording, like Eric said, unfortunately it's not on 5950, but I will.
It's just because you wanted to have the little astronaut. Is that what it is?
I definitely wanted the little astronaut. Yes.
I actually saw it. I saw the white Dad hat that Paul Caputo has. And let me tell you, if it wasn't that I don't wear a white hat, let me tell you, I might think about getting it. So
yeah. Did he have the Dad hat or the 30? He had the Dad hat, not the 30.
No, he has the Dad hat. The Dad hat, the 47 cleanup.
The 47 brand was the white one. I almost bought that because I do wear a white hat, unlike Ed. But I was like, I'm gonna wait and see if they come out with it on a blue one.
Yeah, and I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, they do have a 3930 in the white as well.
But I do imagine if they had that logo in a baby blue hat.
Ooh. They might do that. That'd be sweet.
So, all right. Well, as far as I am wearing the Tobacco Beetles from the Winston-Salem Dash. Look at this thing.
Yes, sir. And that's not available on a 5950 either. That's a
it is only available on a 47. And it wasn't on their website. I actually got it on this online and the team store. So shout out to the Dash, man. They were super cool, and then they gave me a tour of the stadium. So
Sydney rocks. So shout out Sydney.
Yep. So, and then I'm drinking water. Dad Hat is flying solo for the rest of the week. CFO is on business trip, so you know what I mean. So I got to take care of business. So the doors to my office is open. So we might see a kid just, strolling on by because Daddy, I'm up, because that's how it goes. All right. So let's talk a little baseball, guys. I want to touch first on what happened at the Arizona Fall League. If you guys don't mind, give me a little bit of time here. I'll say this. It was a lot of fun. I highly, 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 highly recommend, if you really love baseball, if you want to make a trip, definitely, during the fall, if you're missing some baseball right after the World Series, go to the Arizona Fall League. It was a lot of fun. As far as seeing the kids run around doing the All-Star break and everything, doing the home run derby, they were going from side to side. Let me tell you guys, it was hilarious watching these kids. The adults were put in timeout. Okay, so there was a 2 ropes that were going across, so that way we couldn't go closer to the berm, just so we can have the kids. So
this man went to the Arizona Fall League, and now he's going to tell us all about it.
Thank you. What else? Merchandise. Okay, I want to talk a little merchandise here, guys, because this is one of the hats that I picked up for Eric. Ooh. So this is right here.
Thank you.
Let's put that on solo.
Let me tell you. That. Yeah.
Look at
That's
that.
a nice one.
I like that one.
I actually have that one. That's a really, really nice one.
Of course you do.
So I even called Patrick. I'm like, Patrick, do you need anything? He goes like, let me check. He goes like, I'm actually good. I'm like, cool.
Well, I don't have all of them, but then I also realized I can get them online too. So
and then let's talk about this, okay? Because there are no dad hats. And I don't know if you guys listened to my episode this morning, which, by the way, that was a lot of fun. doing that episode, doing a live episode while walking throughout the concourse. It was the 360 concourse, by the way, which is, that's a must on a baseball park. But I think she was like the supervisor or director of merchandise. Zach, good morning, bro.
Yeah.
Stay safe, my friend.
Zach.
Yeah. Zach, thanks for your service, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely,
Yes.
brother. Merchandise was lacking. I'll say that. Okay.
Mhm.
This hat right here, this one was $35. Okay.
Mhm.
This is $35. All material, lots of material. The mesh hats, I said 55, but they're actually $50.
The Donnie fitteds.
The ones that are like the 90s mesh.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
90s batting practice.
Yeah.
Patrick,
Yes.
you're the hat guy. Tell us about that. Why is that?
Dude, I have no idea because, quite frankly, I'd rather have the one that you got.
Yeah, I feel like they'd be flipped price wise.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, you'd think so because, and I don't know, and it's probably different now. But like those '90s batting practice hats, they were very shallow fitting. Yeah, and they had a horrible fit.
They're horrible fit. You not as much materials as the polyester one, right?
Yep.
So I don't get that.
Neither do I.
The hoodies were on point, though. I'll say that the hoodie game, that was nice. The t-shirt that I got for you, Donnie, those are comfortable t-shirts, right? Those are good, right? But as far as dad hats, all they had was, and the best way that I can put it is, this lady try to convince Paul.
Yeah, I was listening.
They're the giveaway hats. They're literally giveaway hats. They're structured front and Velcro back.
So Bim Ritter, in other words.
Yeah, they were trying to pass those as dad hats. And we're like, you realize who we are, right? Like, I mean, this is like, we know what we're talking about when it comes to hats.
Hey, listen.
She even said Dad Hat was your handle. Don't try to push that off on him.
Like, come on. Please.
Listen,
I
we know
looked at
Donnie
her like,
Wise. He knows guys. Like
dude, I looked at her like she was high. I'm not even going to lie. So, but yeah, and it was a little disappointing, right? Like, I mean, and this is part of like, you guys got to listen to the episode because me and Paul really had a good conversation about this. It's a great product, right? I get it. It's fall and all that, but like, and Paul did bring up a great point. Is like, this is like the early version of spring training when spring training was like not really known. Not a lot of people were showing up. This is it, but it was a lot of fun. Patrick says I would rather have one that you got that I already have. He has it.
Now I don't have all of them. I do, but I do have a couple of teams courtesy of Paul Caputo last year. So
there you go. But other than that, I highly recommend if you guys want to do something in the fall, like, this literally for as far as you're in the US, that's like the very last league to be playing. So that's
Did you see Eric Lichtenberg's question to you, Ed?
Sweet hat, the side patch full embroidered. It is full embroidered.
Yeah,
it
was same on the one that I got as well. It's full embroidered.
Yeah, it's full embroidered.
Yeah, I want to say the ones that the editions that came before that did have like an iron-on patch.
It's not, and then
that one does not.
And the logo is very 3D.
Yeah,
3D. Sorry, 3D. So
this
was cool. That's the mesh one right there.
Yeah,
that's the mesh. You see how the mesh is?
See, I like that hat. I just don't see how that's more expensive than the other one.
That's $50.
Yeah, I don't get that.
And I think the difference, honestly, Eric, is that those are the new ones that the players are wearing, like in 23, 24.
Those are the on-field hats,
versus the ones that they wore before, like the 22, 23.
These right here, these are the ones for 2022. So yeah, but it looks absolutely the same. Absolutely the same. I was trying to get me a Solar Sox one. That's what I was trying to get me.
Yeah, that's one of them that I was. And you said they didn't really have good sizes.
No,
and that's the one with the sun that's coming out of like
like the
bottom of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
When Ed was leaving, I'm like, hey, Solar Sox and Scorpions.
Yeah,
those are my two favorites.
Yeah.
The Raptors. I'm not a fan of the Raptors because it looks like toothpaste. So I like the previous look. Yeah, Colgate, right? I like the previous logo that they had, which was the paddle with a bat and a cross. in a Formula X, that's the best logo they had. So, Ed, I haven't listened to the episode yet. How many Arizona Fall League stadiums did you visit? So it was only that weekend. It was the All-Star game, so we couldn't go to any other games because there was no other games. It was the Home Run Derby on Friday, and then the actual All-Star game on Saturday. By the way, American League won, so that was pretty cool. And I do like that they wear the parent club uniforms with their different hats.
Yeah.
So, like,
That's
the All-Star
cool.
should be like that. That, in my opinion,
Well,
the All-Star should be like that.
The way the All-Star will be
Exactly.
next season.
Yep.
So
Again.
Mrs. Influencer, the Iron Patch is $75. So, and this kid behind us won a fully a practice helmet, right? One of those batting helmets, all signed by all of the players.
Oh wow.
Yeah, with
That's
the Scorpions logo on it. I'm like, come on, kid.
impressive.
You don't like that. Come on, give it to me.
Yeah. That's why you don't give kids foul balls unless it's Easton.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
let me ask that then. So you and Paul are on opposite sides. So if they're barricading you back, you better hope for a long ball, or how do you get a home run ball?
You were not gonna get a home run.
Why?
Because the way that they had it, we were behind it. So like even if the ball jumped, right? There were so many kids that they were just all battling for this one ball.
Those little kids are spoiled. They didn't even have to pay for their trip. Maybe you've never got to do anything like that growing up, and now you finally have the money.
Listen,
Did you even get to see the ball? Like, what did they use for a home run
Major
ball?
League Baseball?
Okay, because I know sometimes they do, like in the T-Mobile Home Run Derby, it's like partial pink and different.
Yeah,
I didn't know if they used.
And I was like, all right, so if you want to make it even more interesting, have some of those baseballs signed by the players.
What they
Yeah,
do in the home run derby.
Yeah, they do that.
In the actual
all of them, or some of them,
right? So I was like, all right, so let's do something, right? And in my mind, I'm like, all right, well, let's do something to market this, right? This is what my issue was. Now I'll give them this: both the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, where they were broadcast on Major League Baseball on MLB Network. So that was good. However, you want to market this, put it on, like throughout the year, put it on MLB on the app and have people watch it. You know what I'm saying? So there were so many misses, in my opinion.
Make it part of the MLB.TV package.
And
Yeah,
let's not
that's
even
one of the
talk
things.
Go ahead.
That's one of the things Major League Baseball has a problem with is marketing their players. I mean, they market like we even talked about that with the World Series and the fact that it was Shohei and Judge and a handful of players, but they don't market the younger guys. They don't market anything other than the big market, big name guys.
Mhm.
And this is a perfect opportunity
to get to know these players.
Right. And to promote the fact that you will be able to see some of them come spring training as well. So it's almost like an end of season.
Yep.
These guys you could have seen at these local teams, minor league teams, and here they are. And next season, they're going to be at your major league spring training. And that's going to, pump up the spring training requests.
Did you just
when
put
people
my
are
hat
like,
on?
hey, I want to follow them.
You just put my hat on?
No, this is not yours. This is mine. Yours is back there. Relax. Oh, and by the way,
his head's not as big
a
as
7
yours,
1/4. This is not a 7 1/4. This is a 7 1/2.
So that is mine then.
No,
it is your size.
It's not. I have yours aside. Don't you worry. Yours is in a box already, ready to be shipped.
How are you wearing a 7 1/2, bro?
All of these sizes were all off.
So my 7 1/2 is probably not going to fit then.
You have a big dome piece. I don't know. No, we got your bigger size. Remember?
We got 7 1/2.
Did I? No, it wasn't a 7 1/2.
Well, you got the wrong size.
You got him at 7 7/8, didn't you?
I got him at 6. So
Zach's saying that the Beeson is saying that the games are on the MLB app, which I don't know. Are they? He's saying they are, but they don't promote it if they are.
That's my issue. That's my issue. Like, there's no promotion. There's nothing on this. Like, they promote the hell out of this thing. And by the way,
we even talked about this the last 2 years with like the merch and stuff. I mean, they should have a website for the merch to be able to buy it like you do any other MILB merch. Have Arizona Fall League as a drop down in the MILB or something.
Well, they do have a website now for the Arizona Fall League for merch.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but it's very like
Very
it's
limited?
very limited.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's limited, but you'd be surprised in some of the hats that at least what they show is available. There's quite a few sizes in select hats than and other ones than the it's slim pickings. But I actually didn't know it existed until Lynn told me about it. So,
And we missed Lynn by one day, by the way.
did you
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, Lynn actually touched down there today.
Yeah.
Her flight was late because she and I were texting about some stuff earlier today.
So Paul was talking about how, and just kind of like continuing on how, if, you guys like baseball, so that's why you're out there, a lot of locals, but most of these guys, you have no idea who they are. Now, obviously, I knew a good handful of them because like Jack Caglione and Carter Jensen from the Royals organization.
Jack Caglione, that dude is a specimen.
That's why he went straight to Double A.
No, he hasn't hit Double A yet.
I mean, High A. Excuse me, High A. Went straight to High
That
A.
is a massive human being.
Yeah, he was absolutely nuts with Florida in the College World Series.
Like, I've never seen a man so damn big. Size 17 shoe.
Oof. Yeah, I think Lynn was telling me about that because she watched him when he was in Quad Cities. So I'm hoping to catch him next year. I'm assuming he'll be in Northwest Arkansas, so I hope to catch him at some games. But and then like guy that played for Wichita that was in the home run derby, Claudio Rosario, he won it last year. He didn't win it this year. But so there's a few guys like that I would know. But you're right. There's probably a lot of these guys you have no idea who they are.
Idea. Like, right, if you're not like a fan of the team, right, and you follow all of your minor league teams, you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's my only issue. Like, I mean, it was a great product. It was a lot of fun. It was a good game. American League won. I don't know if I said that. Just wanted to put that out there.
Well, we're all American League guys, so
we are
good.
and I'm just glad you made your flight, man.
Speaking of, so check this out. Made it to. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, showered, and I left. And I was there with enough time, right? I go through security. I get all the way to security. I give my boarding pass. I give my ID, and they said, "You need to go back to ticketing." I'm like, "Excuse you?" I'm like, "This is me. This is you got my picture. Wait, what? Like, yeah, names don't match." I'm like, "Come again?" They're like, "Yeah, the names don't match." I'm like, "I'm Ed." I was like, "Yeah, your license says Edward. Your ticket says Ed."
Oh my gosh. Really?
I'm not kidding you, dude. So I almost lost my flight. So I go back to American, and my American says, like, "We can't find you." I'm like, "No, it's here. Here's the ticket. Here's the thing." And it's like, "Well, you put it in wrong." And I'm like, "I'm gonna stop you right there. You guys did this. I chatted in. I spoke with somebody. And then you guys put this information. I told you my name is Edward. That's my license. And you said, well, the refund needs to go in the same name." I'm like, okay. So they let me through. I had to wait in line all over again, get sniffed by the security dog again, go through security. And then the lady, one of the ladies gave me the ticket and my ID. And she was like, "Hold on to it." I'm like, "Well, usually you don't hold on to it. You just put it in there. So when you do this, right?" So I go in there, and the lady yelled at me because I'm holding on to the ticket. And I'm like, "Well, she told me," the security lady told me, I was like, "Yeah, don't do that." I'm like, "But the security lady told me to do that." No, I'm telling you, don't do that. I'm like, "All right, fine. Can I go?" And this is here. I don't even. So I got like 2 minutes left before they close the gates. I'm literally running. And then so I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go faster," because those little fast walkways. So I get on one of those, and this lady, what does she decides to do? Plot her
stand there
in the middle. In the middle. So I'm like, "Lady, move." "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't care. Move." And I get there. I was like literally the last person to get in the plane.
I feel like those things are slow. It'd probably been better to go on flat ground and just go.
Zach, they are as basic as they come. Like barely anything. It was only one concession stand open. Like, it's hot dogs, and first of all, gross. Only Coke products, no Pepsi products. So
Sounds
that was a major
sounds
loss.
like they've got everything in order.
Oh, right. Like, listen, the reason why that is the moving runways is for you to walk so you can get there faster. Don't stop. Don't be lazy. But no, I had to go through that. Oh, and by the way, on the way home, not one person stopped me. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's you. Go." I almost lost my mind. So
I feel like she always gets stopped when we fly and has to get checked, and I just go through. I got pre-checked, just fly through, and I'm good.
I've been stopped so many times at when you're going through security. I've been, cavity search. I'm this point. I'm expecting something to happen on my trip.
It's amazing how different every airport is too. Because like you're talking about, like when all the trips that I was making up to Ohio,
yeah,
I took the same backpack, and somehow I had again like a pair of nail clippers or something that they don't like. They got into the side pocket of my backpack. I made it all the way to Ohio with no problem. Then I get at the airport in Ohio and they're like, we need to search your bag. And it's like, there's something in here. And they pull out this little nail clipper. And it's like, what am I going to do with that? Like, am I going to attack somebody and clip their nails down until they die or something? I mean, come on. Mm-hmm. And so they took it. But I'm like, I've been through two other securities and not had a problem with this.
Yeah, dude, if you trim your nails down too low, it hurts terrible.
Yeah. That's true. But anyway,
I did get stopped, by the way. I did get stopped in Arizona because I forgot to take my laptop out of my backpack. Other than that, they're like, "Oh yeah, no, it's no big deal. Here, let me just run it again really quick. All right, you're good to go."
That's why you roll pre-check and then you don't have to take that out.
From now on, you're supposed to step at all those walkways so you can feel like
Jamiroquai.
You know what, Virgil? However, I was able to get through. I had a security tried to take my RFID slim wallet because it ridges and they thought it was, well, for real, Mike? Oh, I'm going to get TSA pre-check. I'm from now on, Zach. Don't you worry.
Because I was even telling, so I fly enough, but I was telling my brother, and he only usually goes when we do our Profitpalooza once a year, but it's a 5-year thing, and so it's like $17 a year for like 5 years. Or it's really, I think it's well worth it.
I'm going to, because I'm definitely going to be making some trips next year into some other places to go watch some baseball. So I'm definitely going to be doing that because it was such a pain in the rear.
The longest it's ever taken me to get through with pre-check was when I was in Atlanta, when I was supposed to be flying back from our trip over Memorial, and I couldn't stay with Patrick because 1, he doesn't like me, and 2, he was with Donnie. And so it took me probably about 25 minutes max. So the longest I've ever gone. Otherwise, it's like here in Wichita, it's so small, I can get through in like 2 minutes.
I got you.
That's the only thing about pre-check, because obviously I use Atlanta, and it's really not that much of an advantage over just the regular security.
Well, and see, when we were coming back from Birmingham, flying back, we got back at 1:30 in the morning or whatever, and we had to just basically pack our bags when we got to the hotel. We didn't sleep, and then we went straight to the airport. Well, because we were there before, 4 in the morning? Hi, Mia. Before 4 or 5 in the morning.
Have a good night, Day.
They didn't even have pre-check open. So we had to go with the common folks. And so, we were there in plenty of time, but I'm like, why would you not even have this open? And so we had to stand there, and it took forever for us to get through because there was a ton of people there. But apparently they don't open pre-check till like 4:30 or 5, and so we're there a little earlier.
Yeah, Ron and I got the pre-check. We did the thing where we had to go and get like background check and everything for like multi-year thing, and that was a lifesaver for me with all the traveling back and forth to Ohio, because I didn't even have to take my shoes off, my belt off, didn't have to take
my God,
anything.
Yeah, it's great.
It's just like put your bag on there. You don't even have to. You barely don't have to stop. I got dropped off at the Canton airport with 8 minutes to get to my gate one of the trips, and I still had 5 minutes to spare.
Yeah, I've had it for about like 7 years. Yeah, we've had it like 7 years. It's great.
I'm gonna get it next year because come on,
Mr. Mayor, was that your Hall of Fame induction when you got dropped off at Were you coming back from Canton?
Yeah, that was actually when I was up there looking at the bust and making sure everything was going to be good with it. Because I didn't want it to look like Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So
good call.
I'd inspect it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So that's enough baseball. Again, want to make sure I shout out to Old Fort Baseball Company. Go use code DadHat15 and check out. Get yourself 15% off. Get yourself some cool local stickers, t-shirts, hats. Support Logan. He's a good dude. So support local baseball. Support local business.
And that
he's not that good. He beat me in fantasy football. He's not that good.
Mrs. Mayor beat me like handily.
You know who doesn't show up here when they get beat? Brett, where you at, Brett?
Yeah.
Now where you at, Brett?
Where you at, son?
I can't blame Logan because that was on me. I picked the wrong quarterback. I started Sam Darnold instead of Brock Purdy.
Yeah, why would you?
And Purdy got 28 points and
Darnold because Darnold has been getting some good points the last couple of weeks.
He has been.
No touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Yep.
Yeah. I started Jaden instead of Josh Allen. And every week that I start Jaden, he doesn't do well. But then when I put him on the bench, he gets 25 points. So
I benched Joe Burrow and put Josh Allen.
Didn't you? But you also do
I had Lamar
Brown as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you win this week?
No, I did not win.
Patrick, did you win?
Yes.
Okay, because you got Jamar.
Yeah, only because I had Jamar. Because Zach Beeson and I both had the highest points of anyone in the league this week, but we just happened to be playing each other.
It's another team that started hot but went to shit. That's
Zach. We tried telling you that. We knew your team wouldn't be very good.
Let me tell you about the NFL. What do you guys think this weekend about the NFL? Because there were some interesting games.
Let's see. The Jets suck.
I've been saying this all season.
The Cowboys are hot garbage.
I already knew this, but I watched. So we were in Oklahoma this weekend, Oklahoma City. And so we were getting ready to head over to the Discovery Science Museum there.
Which, by the way, looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a blast. But and we got in free because we have exploration place here, and I don't know if Terry's still on here, but I think he went there. But we have a place, and then because we have a membership, you can use your card and get in free to others. And there was this huge, big museum right by the zoo, and so we got in free. But watching that Germany game, dude, Daniel Jones is so bad. I mean, I've seen him play, but just to watch him the entire game, he's awful, so bad.
But I'll tell you, he's smart. How he managed to
because
play his way into that
dating
contract.
Kay Adams.
The way he played his way into that contract.
Oh yeah, he played himself into a nice little contract, but and then it's not worth it.
He Kirk Cousins that thing
like one's business.
He sure did.
Speaking of Kirk Cousins, dude, they're up and down. I don't understand them.
Such a bipolar team.
Yeah. I mean,
they should be killing people. Like they've been killing people at times, and then they just go flat.
I feel like they always have a hard time with the Saints, though, for some reason.
Yeah. Well, it's like a rivalry game, right? Where form goes out the window. I mean, it's just, yeah.
So,
oh, that's cool, Virgil.
That's pretty cool, Virgil. The one team that I saw that everybody's like, two teams that I thought that everybody was like, oh, they're going to be a playoff team, they're going to be good. Chicago Bears and the New York Jets.
People said the Bears were going to be good?
Yes. So many people said that the Chicago Bears were going to be good.
3 points.
No one on this show said they were going to be good.
I know this, right? We've been saying this. The Jets, I've been saying all along, the fact that you have Aaron Rodgers means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, 3 points against the Patriots. The Patriots. Right. I don't understand. Now, did you guys see how apparently the team's wanting to have Williams benched and put in Badgett instead?
Yep.
Did you read that?
Yep. Saw that.
Which at this point, I don't care. I hope there's a lot of turmoil because Green Bay has Chicago this weekend.
Oh, I'm all for it. And by the way, another team that I'm so sad for, the Dallas Cowboys.
Where he won't put in curtains and then blind CeeDee Lamb and he can't catch a touchdown because he can't
dude,
see.
I saw that. I'm like, I would have not been able to catch anything.
Apparently, the curtains are already there because they were talking on Dan Patrick's show today that the curtains are there because they hide that light. They pull the curtains for the concerts and stuff.
Well, yeah, but they left them open because, and I quote, "We think it's an advantage for our team."
Yeah, Jerry doubled down on that today.
Yeah, he's such a moron.
Well, they don't need the curtains because Jonathan Mingo is going to help them fill up that whole top bowl. So, that huge acquisition of Jonathan Mingo.
Jesus, are they bad?
I think it was Annie Agar said that he's so old that instead of being Mingo, he thought they were saying bingo, where what he should be playing in a retirement home. And so that's why they signed him.
Yep.
I know.
Hey, by the way, the Broncos, huh? How about them Broncos?
I'm telling you.
Everybody thought they had that game. We were watching.
I thought they had the game.
We went to a brewery in Oklahoma City, and we were watching it at the brewery. And I saw that. I'm like, whoo.
I feel bad for the Buccaneers too, by the way.
The TVs, the one that I was facing was ahead of the one that she was watching. Oh. So I saw what happened before she knew what was going on. I don't know why they were in the same place, but different.
Yeah, different feed.
So, all I saw is that the Broncos nixed those last 3 points. So
this guy. We were doing so good. 37 minutes in.
37. You almost made it. Almost made it. Almost.
Guys, I know we have to have at least one.
We don't.
We do.
There was I know a couple, at least one or a couple picked the Steelers with them to pull out against the Commanders. That I told you 28-27. That was a good
football game.
Yeah.
Told you.
I don't know. Russell Wilson, I mean, he's won all three.
Yep.
And their defense.
They showed and I was watching the Steelers game, right? And they were actually showing on the screen the comparison between him and I forgot his name already.
Justin Fields?
Fields, right? Like Russell Wilson is a much better, like everything he's done, he is better at. Who's playing music? I hear somebody play music. I think that's it. That's Eric. That's Donnie. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
That ain't me.
I was asked to troll you, Ed.
Why? Because of the Steelers? Yeah. I picked the Steelers.
Yeah, he picked the Steelers. I didn't.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying.
The Commanders.
My friend Mike.
Hold on. There it is. Donnie and Ed picked the Steelers. Donnie.
No, Ed. I'm not trolling you over the pick.
I can totally read that from here
about the Steelers over the. Or he just wanted me to troll you because of the Steelers because I think y'all are playing they're playing the Browns coming up.
The Browns are gonna get their asses handed to them. They are gonna get their asses handed to them. You can book that one for me now.
I didn't know the Renegade was a thing for the Steelers. It is. He was telling me about that, and he's like, "I wish there was a way I could hack in and play the song." I said, "I'll play a little bit for you."
Yeah, I don't know though. The Browns have Jameis T.D. Winston.
Jeff, get out of here.
Can somebody tell me what's going on with the Texans?
Oh, dude.
Picked off Goff 5 times. 5. Yeah. We're up 23-7 and still lost. 5 times.
Well, and didn't score in the second half.
5 times. How do you lose 23-7 lead, pick them off 5 times and still lose? I do not get that one bit.
I have no idea.
I can explain it to you. It's called the AFC South.
Yeah.
That's the way you explain it. I haven't been a Colts fan for many years. It's called the AFC South.
We needed Detroit to lose that so we could stay within a game.
Yeah, I was like, man, Detroit is getting their butt handed to them. They're going to lose this game. Detroit, and then all of a sudden they started coming back. I was like,
for personal reasons, we needed that loss because Amon-Ra St. Brown keeps running his mouth. He's so worried about Green Bay instead of worried about himself. I was hoping he would have lost that game, but the Texans choked yet again.
Yeah, I don't get that one, man. That was an interesting one. I spent 2 hours in the car listening to it.
Was that before or after he was sleeping?
What did y'all
I
think of?
only slept for just
3
couple
hours.
minutes. It wasn't that long.
Eric,
The car ride's not even 3 hours.
All right, Eric, if you're not driving, you fall asleep every time.
Oh, easily.
Same here, dude.
Well,
Just I'm out, dude.
What I appreciated is
Donnie.
Yeah, he fell asleep in our car,
Bro,
between like games and back to the house and stuff.
Dude, I put myself in a little. I cross my arms and I go like this, and I'm out.
Eric is
never driving.
That's fine. I'll sleep.
Yeah. Well, I saw photographic evidence that he was sleeping on, on that trip.
Normally we take my car because it has better gas mileage, but she took hers because she has heated seats and she wanted that on her back.
I get that. I get that. Yeah, I get that.
Hey, can't hate on that.
Darla's car has heated seats, and let me tell you, when your back is sore, man, that thing comes in real good.
Yeah.
Tell me you're old without telling me you're old.
Well, I can tell you my car does not have heated seats.
Oh, the one time he drove, he woke me up to tell me he was sleeping.
True story. Like, bro, I need you to come drive. I'm tired. Get over here.
Hey, there's nothing like the heated seat too in the middle of summer. Like when you're back, you're old when you're turning the heat on the seat in the summer.
When we drove out to LA and then drove back from Oakland in 2015, we rotated, but most of the time it's usually her driving.
Well, I was gonna say, is it 16 hours to your 30 minutes, or?
Yeah, it's about good enough ratio. Correct.
Yeah, I like the driving. It's just, man.
I'm used to driving, so I prefer to drive. I drive everywhere. Where friends go anywhere, I'm always the one that drives.
But I'm with Eric on this one. I drive most of the time, but if someone wants to drive, I am not stopping them.
Oh yeah, I know that. I did appreciate that one time that you drove with me from Greensboro, Patrick.
Oh, yeah. that was an experience, bro.
Bro, that rain was no joke.
But bro, I was not going to let you go by yourself in that.
Yeah, I was like,
it was either both of us or neither of us.
I made Donnie go run out in the rain to get the car, and Rhonda and I stayed dry up top.
True story. True story.
Damn, dude.
That's a true friend.
I'll wait right here for you. Don't worry. I'll wait right here with your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna stay here and protect her. Like, I just don't want to get wet. That's what it was.
You just don't want to get wet.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I owe Donnie big time because he let me mooch a ride off of him all the way from Lexington in that swanky neighborhood of his to all the way to North Carolina. So
there you go. Good man.
Hey,
good man.
What did you guys think of the Texans helmets? Because I thought they were horrendous.
I didn't like the red on red.
Yeah. I kind of like the Ravens better than the Texans.
You what?
You like the Ravens better?
Yeah, I like the Ravens better than the Texans. I don't know, it was kind of more of a cartoony Raven on there. Mm-hmm. I felt like, but I like that one better than I think I really like the.
You know which one I like better? I can't believe I'm going to say this. The Jaguars white helmets were better.
Nah.
With the black face mask. Oh, 100% they were better than the Texans.
I didn't even see
that. Speaking of that game was terrible. 12-7.
I wish Mike was here for this. I wish Mike Sellers was here because I would have been calling him out like no one's business.
Well, you've heard his reasoning, right?
Yeah, no, it was horrible. I called him out.
Yeah, because it's all Peterson's fault, right? So he said, and this is what happens when everyone calls out, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has been playing like shit.
Yeah, like he acts like they haven't had bad games when Trevor Lawrence has been under center.
So that's why I put that meme. Was like, are you on drugs? Because I have no idea how you can honestly be a serious human being and say that Trevor Lawrence is not as guilty as Peterson. We're not saying that Peterson is not guilty. It's his team. He's been doing bad coaching, but at the same time, Trevor Lawrence has been playing. Peterson cannot play for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
No.
So.
Yeah. What's going on with those Florida Fighting Donnies, Mr. Mayor?
Oh, I don't know. I'm back on the Panthers bandwagon.
No.
They're calling you out, bro.
Yeah. No.
I told you they had to win me back. They won me back.
By doing what? Beating Daniel Jones?
I don't know. It was before that. I was on the Red Rifle, man.
Well, I think you put down roots in Jacksonville, so you were yelling out Duval. So,
see, Mike Grill says I signed a trade agreement.
What about the Monday
portal.
night game? How is the Ram? How are they that bad? They have a good offense. Everybody's
Cooper Kupp was
healthy.
back. Everybody was
Tyron
back.
Williams, Stafford.
Yeah.
3 or 5 field goals. That's it.
There was no way they should have lost that game to the Dolphins.
No.
So let me ask you this, because I was listening to, I don't know if you guys listened to this on Mad Dog Radio, Beetle and Decker. It's actually pretty good. It's
heard
pretty
of it, but I
good.
don't listen to it.
It's pretty good. So they were having this conversation about Tua, right? And then at this point, it's like they're legit mad because he's playing, because they're watching what could potentially be a career-ending, potential life-ending injury for Tua. And in my mind, and I'm like, at this point, everybody has expressed their opinion on, what they would do. He decided that he's going to play. He is taking his own risk. So why are we getting mad at someone for wanting to play?
I'm not mad. It's his choice.
Man, that sounds strangely like a Dad Hat Chronicles video on YouTube or something. like a more you know.
I think we might have to do that one.
Yeah.
Well, I think you already did that one.
Oh wait.
That's right.
So
I mean, he's got all the information. He's got all the doctors telling him what he wants to do, and it comes down to what him and his family want to do. And I mean, it's his life. I mean, who are you to want them to make that decision for you? If somebody's like, I don't think you should be working in that factory anymore because that's kind of dangerous. You might cut your arm off or something on that piece of machinery. I think you should call it quits. Like, it's his job.
And I think it goes between there's a real line that you have to cross, right? Because it's fine, and I applaud people who are showing genuine concern for him. But when it crosses the line of you're telling him what he's supposed to do, then that becomes more of you telling him what he should do instead of what he does with his own life.
Right. Instead of saying you should be saying, if it was me, I'm sitting it out. I made a lot of money in my life that I can comfortably say, hey, I'm calling it quits.
Well, I think it can come from an honest place that you're concerned about his well-being and everything else. But then when you cross a certain line where you're so adamant that that's what he should do, then you kind of lose him in all this, because people that have played the game for their whole life, that's all they know. Yeah. So it's like, after that, well, then what is he going to do?
Right.
And people like Andrew Luck, they're fine with leaving the game, but Andrew.
And by the way, he's a professor now.
He is, but Andrew Luck had other passions other than football.
Right.
He always did.
Right.
Now I can't speak for Tua. I don't know, but he's right now in this period of his life, he's still intent on playing. So, I hope, and all I can say is I hope that he protects himself. And that,
I mean, I don't get getting mad about it or getting upset or letting it bother you. What do you care? You're going to get up and do your show the next day or whatever. I don't understand that kind of approach to it. It's like you said, this is what I would do. I don't understand why he's doing it, but hey, it's his decision. If he wants to do it, fine. Because they're like, well, you know what he's going to be like when he's 40. Well, that's his problem.
That's right.
That is, and the thing is, we don't know. We don't know necessarily that he will be. I mean, we don't know categorically that he will. I mean, I hope he's not like another Junior Seau.
Oh, exactly.
I
mean, it's one of those things.
I'm not trying to say that to be insensitive, because
no. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I truly mean that, and that was such a sad story for someone who was an iconic football player.
I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's biology is different. Everybody's psychology is different. And just because it happened to certain players, there's other players that, they might have some other effects. They maybe don't have that kind of effect, but it also depends on what your support system is around you, and you don't know what that is. So it's not your place to judge him.
Yeah.
No, it should never be anybody's place to judge them. It's not for us to. We said we're all worried as humans. We're worried about another human being.
Yeah.
Right.
After that, you said you made the decision. All right, hey man, more power to you. Now you shouldn't be playing like an idiot because he went in again.
Did you see trying to tackle us? Like, dude, why are you trying to tackle anybody?
Stop.
Get out of the way.
Exactly. You're obviously you've proven to be a horrible tackler. So stop it.
And then he says in the post game that he talked to the player. It's like, you should have just run out of bounds. He's like, dude, I had no room to go. It's like, why should I run out of bounds?
It's not. They're going to treat you just like another player.
Exactly. It's like, come on.
So yeah,
I mean,
I'm good.
The only time someone can decide for him what should happen is if he's playing bad. Then the Dolphins can sit him, but don't sit him just because he might get hurt. Sit him if he plays like crap.
Which
he's playing okay.
They won.
Yeah. So
yeah,
they won. So you can't. You know what I mean? You just so. All right. So let me ask you guys. As far as all of the NFL games, I know we talked about this, but give me the one game that you're like, did not see that coming. Eric.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the Vikings won, but I don't think it should have been that close. 12-7, I believe it was.
I agree.
They scored 12 points. You got Jefferson out there. You got Addison. You got Aaron Jones, who I think got hurt again, got a chest injury. But yeah, I mean, obviously they won, but I don't think that game should have been that close. And then, like I said, secondary would probably be how the Texans blew that after picking off. Got 5 times. That's insane. They still lost that game.
Did you see Jared Goff is 7-0 in his career when throwing that many interceptions? Which means he's had that many games with that many interceptions
At this point,
still won them all.
Just bat the ball down. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, last night's game is the one that really surprised me the most because I really did not think that the Rams would only score 15 points and play that badly. I figured they're at home. Yeah. They kind of getting on a roll. They were talking about trading Kupp and possibly Stafford and some other players a few weeks ago, and everybody's like, well, if they win that Thursday night game, then they're in it to win it. They won, and they've been on a little bit of a roll, and it's like, man, I just did not see them laying an egg at home like that. It was bad. Yeah. Bad football.
Bad football for me.
For me, it was I know we talked about it a little bit already, but for me, it was the Falcons losing to the Saints.
Yeah.
And yes, I understand the game was in New Orleans, but still, with
two indoor teams, so there was no like
right.
They should play the same.
And I get it's a rivalry game and everything else, and that this is not the first time that the Falcons have done this against the Saints. But then there's also been times where they've shown up against the Saints. You just don't know. But it's with the Eric. I think you said this earlier, and probably said it better than I can say it. But you just don't know what you're going to get every week with the Falcons.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Very bipolar.
It is, and that's concerning when when you've paid that much for a quarterback that you get a Jekyll and Hyde type thing every week. But especially with the Saints losing Dennis Allen, they're kind of in a lame duck situation at the moment.
True. This is definitely not Carr's last year there.
Oh,
there's no way he comes back.
Yeah.
No.
Well, weren't the Vikings similarly like this with Cousins though? Like they would have these just atrocious games out of the middle of nowhere.
Well, how is this man have a huge game and then would be like a no-show the next week?
Yeah. How is this man gotten paid by two teams so much money?
He learned what Daniel Jones did.
Well, Daniel Jones learned from him.
I was going to say he taught Daniel Jones. So like we said earlier, we turned Kirk Cousins into a verb.
So, the game for me, Eagles Cowboys, just because there was there's so many storylines in that game. But I wasn't surprised because I've been saying they've been pretty crap. By the way, guy I have to call out, and Eric here it is because he's on my list. Micah Parsons. What he did was call out his coach, and then he tried to blame the media by misquoting him.
Yeah,
really, bro.
I've seen that. It's been interesting seeing how that's been analyzed in two ways.
He has not been misquoted. The dude said what he said.
No, but
then he said come to his podcast and get the real explanation for the answer. So
which was not a good explanation.
He went hashtag content on there.
Hashtag, he learned from Jerry Jones, the school of Jerry Jones. He doubled down.
He did.
And next week's guest on the Dad Hat Chronicles,
Micah Parsons. Listen, that shows right there. He's not a good leader. He's not a good leader. And then he's been talking about like the team and all that. Bro, you haven't been playing that good either.
Right.
So can we chill out with that?
Well, he hasn't even played before this past weekend.
That's what I'm saying. So stop.
Stop. Yeah. And when
like
he did
don't
play,
say anything.
Yeah. And when he did play, like, what is it? Like in the 4-game losing streak, I think the point differential has been like 78.
They got their asses ended to them. They give up 34 points to the Philadelphia Eagles. So please stop.
Yeah.
So, and of course, seeing the Jets lose the way they did, it was just glorious.
Yeah. to a Jonathan Gannon led team. Deep that for a minute.
To a Call of Duty QB.
Let's talk about them real quick. They're a little more surprising and better than I thought they'd be. I know they got Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're not like best in the league right now, but they're playing decent enough. They're winning.
They're 6-4, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan Gannon's making me look stupid. I'll be the first to admit it.
I mean, that's not hard. No, I'm just kidding.
They are, and I'm looking right now. They're in first place in the NFC West.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I was the one that said that I thought they'd struggle enough for him to lose his job, and I was wrong.
With the Rams, 49ers, and
Seahawks? It's Cardinals, 49ers, Rams, Seahawks.
Right, that's the division they're in, though, and that's a good division for them to be leading right now.
Yeah.
They're playing better than I thought they would be.
Both Rams and the Seahawks are 4-5. 49ers are 5-4, and Cardinals are 6-4.
Because they got James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know anything about their defense.
James Conner
they got Zach Ertz. Man. No, sorry, no. Ertz is Commanders, isn't he?
Yeah, Ertz is Commanders. Sorry. They released Ertz.
Yeah,
that's right. Their tight end. Where's our research person? Didn't we hire one that was supposed to get these quick answers for us?
It quit.
Yeah.
You know,
who was that? I missed that day.
No, we were talking about
Hembo was here, but he
Terry McBride.
Trey McBride.
Trey McBride.
Okay, yeah, Trey McBride's good. Now, Donnie, we were talking about that a long time ago. Like, if we're trying to come up with something and couldn't think of it real quick, we had we needed a producer that could quickly get us an answer.
Us the info, yeah. We don't have that in the budget right now.
Yeah. So we're actually going to get Dembo instead of Hembo.
Dembo.
But other than that, I know nothing about their defense. So
nothing.
Well, when it comes to baseball, Zach Prophet needs to be our producer.
Yeah, that's true.
We need
100%.
I don't know if he's as good with football or not, but
not on picks. He's terrible on his football picks. He does the picks.
His knowledge of players and who's where.
Well, yeah, players is fine, but when we do the picks each week, he does it. We do a family one. He's terrible. I don't know why. Doesn't make sense. He is a Patriots fan though. So
did you know that Budda Baker was with the Cardinals?
Yeah, is he still?
He's still with he's a free safety.
Other than that, I don't.
Starling Thomas, Garrett Williams, Jalen Thompson, Sean Murphy Bunting, Baron Browning, Kazir White, Matt Wilson.
Wasn't Sean Murphy Bunting with the Eagles?
I believe he was.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Well, the one that I always remember before he left was Teron Matthew, Honey Badger.
Yeah, he went to the Chiefs and
yeah.
Of course, because he was LSU. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Speaking of Go Tiger, where'd they go?
They went home for the season.
That was embarrassing, dude.
That was.
By the way, speaking of, let's talk about that.
No words.
Zach, yeah, he barely beat winless Lynn. He needed something from Tyreek, and Tyreek caught a touchdown, and that's what put him over.
Yeah. Tyreek did nothing in the first half, and then he caught a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
All right, the college football rankings.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to you guys. I was hoping you'd win.
Oh, so was I, but I was on a high because in MLS Atlanta United beat Lionel Messi and Inter Miami, and I was thrilled, but then at the same time I was also down because LSU just didn't show up against Alabama.
LSU night game is basically a home game for Alabama.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Virgil.
Do you guys want to know? You guys want to read you the rankings, the college football rankings?
Well, yes, Ed. I would love for you to read it.
No,
I'd love for you to do that.
earlier.
I don't think
Here we go.
so.
Number 1, Oregon. Ohio State's number 2. Texas number 3. Penn State's number 4. Indiana's number 5.
Signetti.
BYU is number 6. Tennessee is 7. Fighting Irish, number 8.
Yes, sir. Go Irish.
The U at 9. Alabama 10.
Speaking of, though, that was a terrible loss to. I was watching that game when we were in Oklahoma. They lost to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Like
How about the Ramblin' Wreck?
How did they only drop to number 9, losing to Georgia Tech, and Clemson lost to Louisville and dropped like?
I'll tell you why. Clemson's garbage.
Clemson is 7-2. Their 2 losses are pretty bad. 2 losses.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well,
Not to Georgia.
yeah.
We should have never lost to Louisville though. That was a bad loss.
That's
we
the
didn't show
bad
up.
loss.
That's coming off a bye week too.
Hey, speaking of Georgia, how about those Rebels?
That was good. I was watching that game. That was a good one.
Man.
This weekend, there's a couple good matchups. I think Mercer is going to give Alabama a tough time. What are you doing? Play a real team. Quit throwing in these random no names in the middle of the conference schedule.
this is
I
why
hate that with
I
the
hate when-
SEC.
Mercer's
hate
the
the
home of the
SEC
bacon. Mercer's from Macon and the home of the Macon bacon.
Hold on, Michael. Calm down, bro. Okay?
Your friend Michael is a little high here. We're going to smoke Army just like we did Navy. Undefeated Navy on the road. We're going to beat them. We're going to smoke Army. No offense to Zach Beeson, but we're going to smoke Army, and then we're going to make the playoffs. Sorry, Michael.
Well, Mike's formal. He's former Army as well. So.
Well,
Yeah.
appreciate your service, but you're going to get smoked.
Still
by
gonna get
Notre
your ass
Dame.
handed to you.
Is that going to be? Are they going to be led by the incomparable Riley Leonard?
Yes,
Oh my
sir.
God, that was
He's finally figuring it out. I'll call
It
you
only took him
later.
9
He said
it
he's
only
calling
took
it.
him
I'll
8
call
days.
you later when we beat you here in a
Oh my
couple
God, that
weeks.
was so good. Thank you for your service. I'm still gonna get your ass handed to you.
But no, they got a
Happy Veterans Day.
Tennessee, Georgia. That's going to be a good one this weekend.
Oh my God.
Yes, Michael. Thank you for your service.
Yes, sir. You and Zach. I don't know. Zach's
Yes.
maybe went back to sleep. Who
Yeah.
knows? But my Zach said that I don't know if you read that. He said he'd be a good baseball producer, but he's a little iffy on football.
Did you see Beeson?
All right, Zach, it's our
fine.
producer.
We don't need to beat them because they shouldn't even have been on our schedule. We play real teams. And yes, Zach, we're going to smoke Army, just like I just told Michael.
So, any surprises on the top 12? Because that's really, the rankings are 12. So, Georgia's number 12.
I think that Ole Miss should be 12 at this point. They beat them.
Should Boise State be higher? They're at 13 right now.
Well, they're going to get because one of the
At VAR, yeah.
One of those has to get in, so it's probably going to be them if they can win out.
SMU is 14. Texas A&M is 15. Kansas State.
No, they're terrible. They lost to a garbage Houston team.
Colorado, baby. Colorado is coming up quietly. No one's, I love it.
Well, they're going to
Listen.
get knocked off here, not this weekend, but next by KU, so it won't matter.
KU's not. Where's
We're
KU
the,
on?
we're
on
the
rankings?
best. We're the best 3-7 team in the country, bro.
I'll give you that.
I
I'll give you that. Because I don't even know who the other 3-7 teams are. So
Zach went to the game against Iowa State at Arrowhead on Saturday. They beat number 17 Iowa State. They had high expectations for once and had started terrible, but they finally started figuring it out. So we have BYU this weekend, then Colorado, and then Baylor. So we very well could potentially, if we beat them, which we possibly could, shake up things a little bit.
Mike, you're right.
Michael,
Indiana's
I'm going to
the five.
disagree. Yeah.
You know who
gonna
should not be?
disagree on
Indiana should be higher than Penn State, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
In my opinion, Indiana's 10-0.
Yeah.
I'll give you that they're not higher than Ohio State because Ohio State lost to Oregon and it came down to the end on that game. So, I'm good with Ohio State being higher than Penn State and Indiana.
Hold on here. Michael and Zach Beeson talking about Army. I'm looking at their schedule. Who they played? They beat North Texas 14-3. They haven't even played anybody. They have
Is
a bye week
producer
this
right there
week.
that just came up with that. The producer.
They have a bye week this week, and then they go to South Bend Saturday night, 6 p.m. NBC. You're gonna watch Notre Dame roll.
Okay. All right. We'll see. Clemson's number 20. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah, we need some help. We need somebody to beat SMU. If somebody can beat SMU, we can get into the ACC championship game, and then we got a shot.
SMU looking
Who's
good
going
though.
to take out the Mustangs?
Yeah.
Again, Washington State 18, Louisville 19, South Carolina 21, LSU 22, Missouri.
They shouldn't even be in the top 25 at this point.
Mizzou 23, Army 24, Tulane is number 25.
And see, the good thing about Notre Dame, they've already played Navy, so they know how to defend the triple option, and they smoked Navy, so they'll be fine against the triple option of Army.
Okay.
Oh, okay. At Yankee Stadium, that's fine. We can play in wherever you're at right now, Zach. We'll still be Army.
Yeah, Zach. The only game that matters is Army Navy, all right? Calm down.
I love that they play it the week after everybody, so it's the only game.
It's so awesome, though. I love watching that game.
It's like super cold, like almost Christmas time, and all football's done. Although, how's that? Is there a gap in between when the playoffs start? Are they still going to get their own week?
So I don't know how this is going to happen because it's like, now you got 12 teams, right? So I don't know.
Somebody was talking.
I think there's a week in between.
Okay, somebody was talking the other day. They said at this point they got to move it to 16.
We ain't even played 12 yet.
I'll say this, but because they said with the 4 buys, they can't. They just got to get all 16 out there and just go.
I see that. I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. But man, I'm looking at the top 12. These are all good teams.
Did you see the seeding? Well, I don't know if it's on here. If you can pull up the seedings that they had on the show, because this is the rankings, but then this is the seedings, the current seedings. Because what they were showing earlier, Miami would be a 4 seed, even ranked number 9, because of the way the automatic bids are going to be set up. So they would be a 4 seed getting a bye. Or is it? Yeah.
Again, whoever wins the Big Ten, those division winners are going to get their bye. That's just how it goes.
But all that's going to change. There's still weeks to play, so a lot of that they had up there today is definitely going to change. Miami might not have any shot at that if they screw around again like they did the other day.
Yep. Oh, that
would be interesting.
That was crazy.
I'm excited.
They still got Wake Forest. Well, they've only got Wake Forest and Syracuse. Syracuse isn't too bad, though. That's probably going to be a pretty good game, and that's at Syracuse.
Oh, Phil. Oh, too soon. Does having a game at Yankee Stadium increase the chances for drop balls?
Never too soon.
Not right, Phil. Not right.
That ain't right. Oh, my God. Hey, before we get out of here, boys and girls, we got to pick our Thursday night game.
This looks like a second straight Thursday night game. That should be pretty good.
Let me take a look here. I'm looking at it for right now.
Yeah, this one ought to be pretty good.
Washington at Philly.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, to me, the game last week was what, 35, 34, something like that. I feel like this
34,
won't be quite as high scoring, but it could be like a 30-28 type of game.
Oh, that's going to be a good game. Where's my pen now? I lost my pen, guys. I lost my pen.
Yeah, because there's a 48.5 over under on this game.
Look at our new producer trying to throw in some football facts now. He's trying.
I like it. Hey, listen, I like it.
Man, that's how he's a go-getter.
Just saw something that said that Colorado is the only team who is scheduled to have all 3 games nationally televised. Notre Dame would too, but they had a game on Peacock.
Which was dumb. I don't know why they do that.
Not only is a game on Peacock, but it's a game on Peacock that is behind paywall.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to promote people paying for Peacocks. Like, nope.
Not going to do it.
I only paid for it during the Olympics, and then I canceled it.
I pay for it for the Premier League, but so that's just a bonus for me.
Hey, what's your login?
I know, right? Send it over. NFL Christmas game on Netflix.
Yeah, and Christmas is like a Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's so weird. That's gonna be weird picking for us that week. I mean, we'll have to do our Wednesday picks, and then
I know.
It's gonna be weird that week.
Yeah, because who is it that plays? There's somebody that plays on Christmas. Is it Christmas? Who's Christmas games? There's somebody that plays the Christmas games. I think that's going to play like 3 games in like almost a 10 or 12 day span.
Was that it wasn't the Cowboys, was it?
I don't think so.
And if so, we don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
If it's a Christmas Day team, then it's either the Chiefs, I think it's the Chiefs actually. I think the Chiefs have 3 games.
There's 2 games on Christmas. There's the Chiefs and Steelers, and the Ravens and Texans.
This is what it is. The Chiefs have 3 games. They play the 15th, the 21st, and the 25th. They play the Browns, the Texans, and the Steelers. 3 games in a 10-day span.
But they're not even playing anybody, so it doesn't matter.
Well, the only team that they're playing that are good is the Steelers.
They're going to run the Steelers.
No, I don't think so. I think that's going to be a good game. I think they'll still win, but I don't think
simulation.
Yeah, the Browns game is just a practice squad, so they're good there.
So they got that on a Sunday. Then they play the next Saturday, so that's less than 7 days. So 6 days there, and then they turn around from Saturday and play on Wednesday. That's bad there.
That's fine. We don't like it's the Chiefs. We don't care about them.
Chiefs will have the bye and won't play anyone good. Yeah, the Browns are not good, so it doesn't really matter. That's a bye for them right there.
Don't worry, neither are the Colts.
Sure. Sorry. Hey, the Colts play the Jets this week.
But
your teams
that's something that's a game the Colts would lose, though. It's what the Colts do.
Your teams are doing pretty good this year. The Blue Jays, the Colts, the LSU Tigers.
Wow. Thanks for that.
You wanna grab that knife out of your bag there, son? Zach
it's already been in there.
Russ is 3-0 with the Steelers.
Took it out.
How are the Timberwolves doing?
How are the Mighty Ducks doing?
In Minnesota Timberwolves, I hear you pull for an NBA?
No, sir. I pull for the Golden State Warriors, son.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, my bad.
How about to start those Warriors have gotten off?
What about Clay coming back? Was it tonight?
Tonight, yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah.
The Anaheim Ducks are 5-7.
Not doing well.
Nope. They're not.
They're doing better
if
than
it's
I
your
thought.
team, then makes sense.
Well, they're actually doing better than I thought they would be, but they're
by the way,
doing better than the Sharks.
Where are the Carolina Hurricanes? First place in their division.
So are the Florida Panthers. Thank you, sir.
Yep. They are. The Florida Panthers.
Where are the St. Louis Blues?
Oh, yeah, the team that we gave you. Here we go.
St. Louis Blues? Ooh,
they're in 4th place. 5th? Ooh, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 8.
Man, so
how are the Colorado Avalanche?
They're in 5th.
Yeah, so it wouldn't matter. I've at least been to a Blues game before, so.
Yeah. So listen, we got that. And by the way, let's check out the NBA. Now that we're doing that, so let's just
Donnie date night.
Yeah. So Ed, Mrs. Mayer is badly wanting to come up to a Hurricanes game, so we got to coordinate something. Go to
let's
Hurricanes
do it.
Game.
Absolutely. Hey, by the way, the Cleveland Cavaliers are 12-0 in basketball. Just so you guys know that. Want to put that out there.
Well, I already knew that.
With LeBron?
Without LeBron, baby.
Kevin Love?
Where is Kevin Love? Is he in Miami still?
Shouldn't that dude retire 20 years ago?
Playing. He might have retired last year or this year, I should say.
I think he's still with them. Let's see the roster. Nope, he's still on the roster.
He's not.
He's still on the roster.
He's on Cleveland.
No, he's in Miami.
Miami. Yeah.
I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey, by the way, we didn't talk about this, and we probably should talk about it on Thursday. But the MVP finalists came out. The AL and NL MVPs. The Managers of the Year came out. The Silver Slugger Awards. By the way, who won the Silver Slugger Award? Eric, do you know? I can't remember.
Bobby
For
Witt
which
Jr.
position?
I mean, they've
Royals got
for
2.
third base.
Salvi won it also.
For third base.
Salvi and somebody that nobody cares about.
How about first base? How about
Ramirez of the Guardians. That's who it was.
Never
Let's
heard
see.
of him.
Silver
that's
Slugger
right.
Awards. Silver Slugger Awards. Here.
Yep,
Not
yep.
here.
Not the Yankees.
Didn't they win the team
Yeah.
award though?
They won the team Golden Glove.
Golden Glove.
But I thought they won the team Silver Slugger Awards as well.
Why do they have a team Silver Slugger award? Like,
Because the Dodgers won.
I mean, it's the Dodgers.
Well, the Blue Jays won the team Golden Glove.
Who are you saying won the team Silver Slugger?
The Yankees for the AL and the Dodgers for the
What?
NL.
Yes, I didn't even know that. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I joked with Patrick because I had
so-
no idea there was a team Golden Glove
Participation
award.
trophy.
I
Here
thought it
we
was
go.
a participation trophy. It's
Yeah,
like,
so-
oh well, we'll give you this because your team played well in the field.
Participation.
I actually had no idea there was a team
Oh my God.
award.
Silver
like
Slugger
that.
season. Congrats to Judge Soto and to the entire squad on winning the AL Offensive Team of the Year Silver Slugger Award.
Oh my God, it's too
And
fun.
then the
It's like,
Dodgers
hey,
won the NL.
participation.
See, Patrick, they gave us a participation trophy as well.
Well, hey Donnie, if you can't win the big one, at least you win something.
Exactly.
Hey,
real-
go ahead, Eric.
I was going to say real quick, I know we'll probably talk a little bit more baseball on Thursday before our picks, but they're talking about Phillies shaking things up and maybe getting rid of Alec Boehm. Send him to Kansas City. We'll trade Michael Garcia. I mean, I like Michael.
Send him to Cleveland, bro.
Nah, if you do,
I'll
then
take
you're
him.
getting rid of your dude because he's a third baseman.
He'll go somewhere else. Don't worry.
Yeah, Ramirez will. Like
No,
to
not
the,
Ramirez.
to a different country.
Put Ramirez at DH. I'm good with that. Although he is pretty good third baseman.
No,
He is.
he's a terrible person.
No, he's not. You
He's
just
elite.
hate that he's in Cleveland.
He's
That's
elite.
all.
Jose
Real quick,
Ramirez is elite, man.
and I want to before we get out of here because we still got a little bit of time because usually we do an hour and a half on the show.
And we got to do our pick still
yeah,
because
it
we
was-
started it and then we.
I know we do our picks, and then also I want to do the from the mayor's desk minor league report, and then also you, Eric, for NFL. But you're doing something a little different today, so I want to start with you, Eric.
Yeah, well, I will throw in a little NFL. So what bothers me a lot is when I go on there and look at the stats, I'm watching some games and it's like this running back or this receiver, negative 10 yards receiving. What are you doing? Throw the ball forward. That bothers me a lot.
I'm with you there.
Just something that the worst thing besides the back corner end zone fade is throwing the ball sideways. We need to throw the ball forward. So that just bothers me a ton. But looking today, they actually announced the World Baseball Classic qualifiers for 2025.
Yes, sir.
So in February, it's going to be in Taipei, Taiwan. So there's some teams February 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 25th. And then in March, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th, they're going to be in Tucson, Arizona. So qualifiers are coming up here in a few short months because we're already in mid-November here or close to mid-November. And these are February and March. So the World Baseball Classic qualifiers are coming up soon. And then obviously in 2026, we got it coming. And Mrs. Influencer's best friend, her dad lives right across the street from Minute Maid in Houston. And I said, hey, can your dad get us tickets for the World Baseball Classic in 2026? And she goes, he may be retired by then. I said, have him keep working until
then.
And stay in Houston. Don't have him move back to Wichita quite yet. Wait till April-ish of 2026, and then he can retire. So just thought I want to share that. The qualifiers are coming up here in just a few short months, so that'll be fun.
That is going to be fun. And you said where were the locations at again?
Taiwan, so Taipei, Taiwan, and then Tucson, Arizona.
I might have to make it back to Tucson to go watch me some
So it's
qualifiers.
The teams that, so like the US and stuff are already in. So it's like China and Germany, Brazil, Colombia, and that's it. So yeah, China, Germany, Brazil, Colombia.
Wait, what days? Because I have here South Africa, Nicaragua, Spain, Chinese Taipei. Is that one of them?
That's in Taiwan.
That's in Taiwan. Okay.
Yeah. So South
China,
Africa,
Germany,
Nicaragua,
Brazil, Colombia.
Spain, and Chinese Taipei are in Taiwan in February. and then March is China, Germany, Brazil, and Colombia in Tucson. So like the U.S., Puerto Rico, all of them, I think already.
Yeah, they're automatic
already
qualifiers.
in.
Yep.
So they're not playing. So it's all these that are on a chance to maybe get back there.
Oh,
they are playing in March 2nd, Sunday, March 2nd, Monday, March 3rd, March 4th, and then March 6th.
Bro, can we go, guys?
You have
Who
to
do
ask
we?
Mrs.
Who do you think
Mayor.
we'd root for? Colombia or China, maybe?
I don't know, man. I kind of like Brazil or Colombia for me.
Germany, yeah.
I don't really care, to
9.
be
I
honest
want to
with
root
you.
for Germany.
Yeah,
I wanna root
of
for
course
Germany.
you would. Of course you would.
Did you just say no?
I said
He
9.
did. 9.
To his whoever he said, Brazil and Colombia.
Colombia.
Dude, I haven't gone yet, but when I was in Miami last year, March 2023, was it 2023? Yeah, when the last World Baseball Classic was, I was there the week that they were starting in Miami, and it was really cool because Nicaragua and Puerto Rico and a couple other countries were staying at the hotel I was staying at, but I was there a couple days before them, so I saw they had signs for all the ballrooms. So each team was assigned to a ballroom where they could have stored all their like baseball gear and stuff, but nobody was there quite yet. They didn't get there till later in the week, but I thought that was pretty cool. And they even had a little kiosk stand inside the hotel in the lobby selling the gear. So I got like a World Baseball Classic lapel.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know, maybe something else. So
that's cool. That's pretty cool.
I need to get there. Hopefully I'll get to the ones in Houston in 2026.
We got to make it to at least something, right? Like qualifiers or something, because those are fun. Dude, I'm telling you, it's a whole different world when you are at a World Baseball Classic. So much fun. The energy is unlike anything you guys ever seen. Even the Caribbean series is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd love to get some Caribbean Series games again.
Next year,
the next time they're around, yeah.
So the next year is in Mexicali, and then after that they're going to San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, because I think we talked about that Puerto Rico we need to shoot for.
Yeah,
if I'm going to go to watch baseball in Puerto Rico, I got to go with you because then I can just like hang on your coattails.
Yeah, have you translate for us and
let's do it. Hey, listen, dude, we'll set it up, and man, we'll go over there.
Ed, what'd he just say?
He talked bad about you, bro.
Yeah,
Ed's gonna get us in fights and then sit back and laugh because it'd be totally not what he said it was.
No, so but I won't get you in trouble because then I get in trouble. No, but seriously though, we gotta make it to one of those series, right? Like, I mean, that's a lot of fun. Like, and then when people are repping their country, that's when it gets crazy. Even for when the U.S. plays, dude, it was wild.
A live show from
bro, 100.
As we talk summer collegiate, like Northwoods League or something, but do that and then do like one of the Caribbean series or something.
We'll sit in the outfield in Burma and then do a live stream from there with somebody's phone. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah,
I'm in on that. So, all right, minor league report.
Yeah, so just a couple of things. I'll start out in the old North State League. The team formerly known as the Oak City Gliders, Ed, that you
Horrible
probably know
name.
a little bit about. Yeah, they have now changed their name to the Raleigh. Was it the Raleigh Red Oaks?
The Red Oaks, yeah.
Yeah. So a new logo, which is fairly common in the old North State League. They've a lot of teams change around, and they move. A lot of them move from community to community. There's a couple that are kind of staples, but in this case, it's just a name change. I mean, it's not a change of scenery, but it's to me a much improved name. So you go from the Oak City Gliders to the Raleigh Red Oaks. So that's the first one. This is a little bit of old news, but as many of you already probably know, the Tennessee Smokies have officially done like I guess you could call it a brand refresh, but they've got a couple of new on-field hats to go with their new move to downtown Knoxville, and obviously the new name change back to the Knoxville Smokies. So our friend Brandon LaMarche was the one, was kind of responsible for helping with that logo refresh. So shout out to Brandon. And then the Bowie Bay Sox have announced that they have a big announcement coming up on November 22nd. I don't know if that's going to be. We don't really know yet what that's going to be. The way it's been teased, I think it could be a rebrand of some sort. Again, I have no confirmation of that, but it's just the way that they're teasing it on social media. It seems like it could be a new chapter for baseball in Bowie. So there's that.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing, because they have a lot of their stuff in their team store half off. So I was thinking, so they have a couple, like the Ghost Crabs, they have 5950s half off and stuff. So, and then some of their other gear. So don't go looking on there, Donnie. BowieBaySox.com, MILB.com/Bowie.
I'm there right now.
There.
Yeah.
So that's my guess. I don't know either, but my guess is potentially because the way they're saying it, plus their stuff's half off.
Eric doesn't know it, but that's an excellent segue into my final point. Again, I'm gonna preface this with saying that I have no knowledge that anything is going on. It's just a hunch, purely on my part. But with this, as many of you know, Corpus Christi has had a big sale on a lot of their merch. I think that there's something going on with that, because I don't think you do that big of a sale on your regular merch without something going on. But I could be completely wrong. Maybe they just wanted to have a big sale on whatever existing stock they had, but you don't see a lot of teams just, and the Hooks do mark down a lot of like their theme night hats and their Copa hats at the end of a season, because they change them every season. So I don't know if there's maybe like I'm not saying a name change, but maybe a brand refresh or some sort going on. Or, I've heard in the past that people want them to be the Blue Ghosts, right? So if you notice on their website, that's one of the few things that's not on sale. So take that for whatever it's worth. This is purely speculative from me, but I would not be, if it were to happen, I would not be surprised if there's some news coming out of Corpus Christi. But you know what? I guess we'll find out.
Yep,
so
I
would love to know what your thoughts are. I'd love to know what your thoughts are, guys, and the chat. I'd love to know your thoughts as well. But just a hunch that I was talking to Ed about it, and I said that, again, I have no knowledge. There's no one that's told me anything of the sort, but just a hunch.
I had that same thought, because I was there in person at the end of July in that team store, and everything, like you said, was discounted way down. I got Donnie, Ed, myself, Mrs. Influencer, her best friend, all that. Yep, that hat right there, $5. And I did want the Ghost. What is it? The Ghost?
Blue Ghost.
Blue Ghosts. Yeah. I wanted one of those, but yeah, that was the one that was not discounted. So, and neither was that style in the 5950, but everything else was really marked down. So I kind of thought so. And that was back in July when I was there in person. But again, who knows? We'll see.
They had the Big League Chew Hooks one for sale at $10, but it's sold out.
I
saw
some there.
It's nice, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it wasn't just hats, right? They had all their
everything.
Apparel.
Everything.
Like, virtually everything was marked down to like $10, $10, $15, $20, depending on what it was. So, that to me is almost like a closeout of getting rid of all the inventory you can to bring in new inventory.
And I mean, they could be doing a rebranding. So I'm gonna put some feelers out there, see what I can find out.
The only thing I could say is that, with a lot of the changes that have been happening in the other Astros affiliates recently, not so much with the Express, but you think about Sugarland, right? Rebranding to the Space Cowboys. So Fayetteville a couple years ago. So the Hooks are one of the few that's not, and even Round Rock had a couple, had a logo. Like when Round Rock was an Astros affiliate, they kind of had a logo change again, like they do every few years. So I I don't know. We'll see what happens, but there's the stuffies that
This is influencer. These are $5, so Easton got 2 of them. He got one from every ballpark pretty much, except maybe Frisco. I don't think he got one, but yeah, these are only these little guys, Sammy and Rusty, were only $5. So Easton got both of these. So that's what she's referencing. Yes, I'm recording from his room. That's why I had easy access to these.
No one said anything.
No judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone.
No, it is most certainly a judgment zone.
Thank you.
I love.
I know it is.
Thank you, Planet Fitness.
I loved Pee Wee's Playhouse back in the day, so I don't care.
Yeah, there's no hitting a lunk alarm in here.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. Yes, there is. So I just want to.
So
all right, Mr. Mayor.
That's the minor league report.
Mr. Mayor, what you got, my friend?
So after listening to your podcast episode, and you were talking about promotion of the Arizona Fall League and promotion and of baseball in general, we all talk about how they do a poor job of marketing, whereas leagues like the NFL and NBA seem to really market their stuff. Mm-hmm. I was curious about the opinions of you guys, the chat room, on things that they could do from an MLB standpoint. And I thought, what do you think if MLB did a Hard Knocks style show for MLB to, year in and year out? Because everybody looks forward to seeing the Hard Knocks, and take some of these smaller market teams and promote some of these guys, and maybe even do multiple teams, because it's a lot bigger or longer season and bigger markets, or bigger amount of small markets, I should say.
Even if you do it during spring training.
Right. Do it during spring training, but lead into the early part of the season, and then maybe have a late season, like a second season. Like a lot of shows will do so many episodes and then they'll have a break, and then they come back with new episodes in the fall. I just think MLB should look at some kind of way to better market their players. I mean, we used to see guys on commercials. You think back to the mid 90s. I mean, they were, of course, they were trying to rebuild the brand after the strike season and everything. But I mean, I just remember seeing players on commercials day in and day out for all kinds of different things. And you knew who the players were. You knew who all the stars were. And now it's very, very, very regionalized, and you very, very rarely see players nationally. So I was just curious what the thoughts were, because I thought that would be something that Major League Baseball could really jump into, and do variations off of it too, with some of the minor league players as well. So that's just something I wanted to throw out there, something to think about, something to create a discussion about. That was just one of these things that was on my mind after listening to your podcast about the promotion of the Arizona League and the lack of promotion baseball does.
I like it. I like the idea.
I think people would turn in. I think MLB Network would be great, having episodes every week throughout spring training and early season. Like I said, it's a long season, so maybe you couldn't do it all season long. But anyway, something like that I thought would be a good idea.
But even if you were to be like, all right, we're going to do the playoff teams. Let's start with the playoff teams. Like those teams are about to head into the playoffs, how to handle all of that, or they're on the cusp on the wild card. That'll be cool to see on Hard Knocks style show. Or
we used to have like This Week in Baseball. That was one of my favorite shows growing up. Every Saturday. I mean, I would tune into that. I mean, the music still gets chill bumps when I hear it. I mean, they need something like that, and I just don't see that these days. I'm sure they have shows on MLB Network, but it's just, you got to be just a diehard to even follow it.
I'm with you.
The shows on there are Mad Dog just yelling.
Oh no, that's been non-renewed. That's not renewed for 2025.
Good. Oh, Mad Dog on the MLB Network?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's down. It's gonzo.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need stuff like that. You just need something with like a feel-good story outside of baseball, some highlights, seeing some of these players make some amazing plays, things like that.
Can we if we're going to bring back This Week in Baseball, can we also bring back Baseball Weekly from USA Today? I used to love getting those from the little newsstand. Like when we'd travel to go visit family, if we'd stop like at a rest stop along the highway, the first thing that I'd do is I'd run to see if there was a Baseball Weekly stand somewhere so I could get that and read the entire thing the rest of the trip.
I used to love Baseball Weekly. Yep.
Yeah, I'd read that thing cover to cover.
That'll be good. That's a good one. I'm good on that. I like Virgil's opinion. So like a show following players going from the minors to the majors would also look kind of cool. Like I get it. Like, but I think it'll also show like if you don't make it to the majors. You know what I mean? How you handle that.
They just overall have just got to do a better job of marketing the players, marketing the game.
Yeah. Well, and you could even have a segment on This Week in Baseball called An Average View.
No, can't do that.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does it need to be a way above average view? I'm sorry.
No, that.
All right. Well, let's end this, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and make our picks here for our Thursday night game. I appreciate all of you gentlemen with your segments. Thank you for bringing some good information. Eric, thank you for bringing the World Baseball Classic. I'm excited all over again. I appreciate that. All right. And then, Eric, since I am talking to you, I'm going to go with you first. Commanders at Eagle. Philadelphia is 3.5-point favorite. The over-under on this puppy, 48.5.
Yeah, I know the Commanders have still been playing pretty well. I don't know if Daniel's injury is a little bit lingering maybe. He doesn't seem quite as, they're still right there. Probably could have or should have won that game the other day against the Steelers. I think they could win this, but at the same time, I think all of a sudden the Eagles have been playing a lot better. And so because it's in Philadelphia, again, I think this could be like a 31-28 game, pretty close, like the last Thursday night. Give me the Eagles.
Okay. Patrick.
I'm with Eric on this one. I'm going the Eagles. I think the big difference is that it's in Philly. So give me the Eagles.
Okay. I like it. Donnie.
Yeah, similarly. So the Commanders, I like what the Commanders are doing. I like what Jaden Daniels is doing. There's still a little concern there. The thing I have, the issue I have with the Commanders is they've barely beaten some of the weaker teams, and Eagles have figured it out. That they were one of these teams that started off really didn't know where they were going, and they're getting it together, and it's at home. I think the Eagles are going to win this one. I think they're going to probably win it pretty well. I mean, they're not going to blow them out or anything, but I think it's going to be at least. It's a 3.5 point. I would take I'd take them to cover that easily. I think it's going to be more than 3.5 point win.
All right, so you got the Commanders, right?
I got the Eagles.
So a 4-point win is beating them pretty well.
No. I think it's going to be 7 to 10 points at least. So I think the 3.5 spread is.
Then. He just he just contradicts himself.
Wow, he calling you out like that? You're gonna let that happen?
No, I didn't think it was. No, when I say blowing it out, I didn't think it was gonna be like a 20-something point win or anything like that.
Well, no, it's not the Titans against the Lions type of game.
True, but the Eagles have beaten some guys pretty badly. I mean, they beat the Cowboys, which Cowboys up. They beat the Bengals 37-17. Bengals weren't that awful, but I mean, the teams they've played the last few weeks where they've started kind of coming along, they're putting up some good points. So anyway, I'm ready.
Ed, who do you pick?
I got the Commanders.
Okay.
He had to go for the content hashtag. So, not everybody went with the Eagles this week.
Yeah, I'm going with Commanders. Listen.
See, if he lets all three of us go first, we can box him into that. So remember that.
I was going to pick the Commanders for even if I was first.
Which is a really bad play from us if the Commanders actually win this one.
True.
We boxed him into the right pick. Yeah. That's really poor tactics. That was the intent.
Well, we don't know that yet. We still have to wait for the game. So let's just wait it out. All right, Patrick, what you got going on this week, my friend?
So the MILB Hat History Series is going to be a little different this week. We're actually staying in Jackson, Tennessee. So for the first time, the installment's going to focus mainly just on the history. So last week, you may remember I talked about the Jackson Rockabillys, and this week we're talking Jackson Generals, and we're going back, to the early 1900s to talk about other teams that were in Jackson. So
are you showing hats
this week?
though?
Oh, absolutely. There,
Good man.
We have to show hats.
How could you offend me like that?
Right.
Do you think I'm going to do an episode and not show off a couple of hats? In fact, I show off, let's see, probably 6 or 7 probably in this one. So
In the first 3
so
seconds.
don't worry. You what?
In the first 3 seconds of the video, you show 7 hats.
No, I saved them all for the end, so you have to stay for the whole 2 minutes.
That's right.
I definitely can't stay that long.
That's too much. We're
Yeah.
ADD. So, Eric, what you got going on this week?
Tomorrow on the Earn Fun Average podcast, Johnny and I. Oh, Canada. We're heading north. Going up to Vancouver.
Canada.
Go Blue Jays.
No, definitely not the Blue Jays.
The
We are
home
talking.
of the Blue Jays.
Anyway, we're talking Vancouver Canadians with Tyler Zickel. He is the radio announcer for the High A of the Blue Jays of Vancouver Canadians. So we go north of the border.
Let's
Check
go.
out Tyler tomorrow on Earn Fun Average with Johnny and I.
I almost thought you were about to be like, we're Tyler Mon.
Nope, Tyler Zickel.
Mr. Mayor.
I have absolutely nothing going on. I'm finally getting to the tail end of all of this work. Kind of hit and miss, a little bit of nitpicking stuff, chasing some things down that aren't coming back up yet, fixing that. But no sporting events, no travel, just my daily hats, because still going off to work every day. But outside of that, I don't have a lot going on this week.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
And then as
Thank
far
you
as the
again for all your work.
as the Dad Hat Chronicles podcast this week, it was my conversation with Paul Caputo as we were walking around the All-Star game. That was a fun conversation. So make sure you guys listen to it wherever you listen to your podcast. Okay. Hit the little like button, rate it, review, fun stuff, and share it with somebody that enjoys it.
Yeah.
As much
Well,
as you
I call that like bromance 103 because like what is how many episodes is this with Paul?
Hey, listen, I have to take advantage of the fact that he was there. By the way, I'm going to release another one later on this week with somebody.
Yeah, did you notice how he's like, hey, Val, watch this. You should text the group chat and be like, oh, this was so good, and make it a mystery, and they have no clue what I'm talking about. He's all haven't heard text and back and forth. Like
that was it. It's not with her. I can guarantee you it's not with her.
Well, no, there was some cryptic something in the chat about.
Oh, that was our conversation that we. It was the interview that we had last night with somebody for a couple of weeks from now. Don't worry, it's
so
good.
it's
coming.
Like, it's just like, hey, watch this. Text these guys. They'll be like, ooh, who is it?
It was fun. It was a good one. Okay, come to
built-in teasers.
And then on Thursday, we have the Dad Hat Chronicle Sports Show, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, with all 4 of us. Maybe Eric will be in a better mood. Who knows? Maybe not.
Maybe at a basketball game.
We shall see.
I just realized. I'm sorry. I've just realized Thursday night, Rhonda and I do have the Columbia Fireflies board game night. Instead of a World Series viewing party this year, they decided to do a game night. So we will be down there doing that, playing board games, and they're going to have some rooms set up with some game show type games like Jeopardy and Family Feud, things like that. So
if we don't get people from there on the show on Thursday, you're no longer on the show. Just want you to know that.
It runs from 6 to 9. So I'm going to see at 9 who I can have on for a little bit.
Try to get John.
Oh, I definitely am going to get John.
So
and I will see if I can get anybody else to. At least we'll sit in for a little bit from the stadium. That's my hope. They probably won't let me stay there for an hour unless these guys have a little pull, but we'll see.
Did my wife just comment from Phil's page?
Burner account.
Yep.
Burner account. All right, boys and girls, we will see you guys on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you guys for joining us. This was a lot of fun. We will see you guys. Okay, bye.
See you guys. Bye.